Supergirl episode 18 review. Man, they pulled the punches. Spoiler alert, William is dead. And I had a different direction this review was going before that moment. So I just want to break it down for you guys. So personally, I thought the whole Lex Nixley thing is weird. It's weird. I'm just calling it how it is. It's weird. I thought they were going to do some type of twist on it, and they could still possibly do a twist on it, but it looks less likely. So that is a weird decision to have Lex come from the future because he loves Nixley, and this whole dynamic, it makes Lex always cares about Lex. That's the only person he cares about. Number one. Lex is number one, always. And he kind of was taking a number two role throughout this episode. I mean, even Nixley says, like, I'm running out of reasons not to trust you. You're always here and all, so you're always trying to protect me. And it felt off. And I was like, I don't like how they've lessened Lex. Like, it wasn't sitting right. And then when Lex walks in the elevator, comes back out and shoots William, and like, that's for my journal. I was like, that's the Lex I know. That is the Lex I know. I can't believe they actually pulled the trigger and killed William. I mean, we've had where James was shot but survived. William's dead. Like, dead. They actually pulled no pun intended, they pulled the trigger on an actual death in Supergirl, and that's rare. That is honestly rare, and they're going forward with things leading into next week 2-hour finale for Supergirl with some big stakes. I mean, you have our precious little love totem taken by Lex and Nixley. You have Supergirl just... I don't know what Supergirl is going to be more motivated about. Going for little precious cute one, or going for to just deal with Lex after killing William. I mean, I assume it's the little girl, but like, it is definitely interesting. You have put two drastic things right side by side going into the finale, and I love it. I love it. The writing this episode, while I felt like it had some ups and downs, especially with the Lex sort of ordeal. It had some ups and downs there. Overall, it's still really good. It is still going forward with a story that is really powerful. It's one of our best stories we've gotten in a Supergirl season arc in quite some time. And I always hated how to really show Supergirl's power, most people use clips from season 1, because that's when they really showed off Kara's powers and the strength of Supergirl. Next week's episode, I want to see some iconic scenes. I mean, scenes that level up with Kara versus the Red Tornado. I want to see scenes of our characters. I want to see more scenes with Lena. Lena has not gotten many scenes in the past couple weeks, and I hate it. We need more Lena across the board, because it's the finale. It is the show's finale. We need to see more of them. It is 2 hours. 2 hours. I'm going to be watching the entire thing from bookend to bookend. I rushed home after a night class in college just to watch the first episode of Supergirl way back in 2015. I'm going to have my popcorn and everything ready, and I will be an emotional wreck by the time it ends in those 2 hours, because this show has meant more to me than anything. I'm going to be doing a whole separate video other than the finale on the meaning and power and what it truly has changed me as a person with Supergirl. later on. But holy crap, this episode, again, it wasn't the best, but it sure showed our characters in the stakes that they are presented with. Kara, the whole dance thing, I love those scenes. I love scenes like that remind me of who these people are that we've been watching each and every week and why we actually love them. Give them a breather sometimes. That whole dance thing and all, it was nice to see all the girls dancing, John looking off. Like it was a kind of breather before the shots were fired. Overall, I give this episode a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. While it was not a perfect episode, it definitely had some strong moments. I felt like the biggest weak point would be the whole Lex ordeal. The whole Kara Alex fighting over whether the little girl should hide her powers or not. I felt like that was kind of a bit like, okay, don't be so rude to Kara. Like, this has been her whole life. This has been her whole life as an alien with powers. Don't diminish what she had to go through because of that. But definitely some strong moments, especially with that ending. Cannot wait for the finale next week. It's going to be one wild ride. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this week's episode and going into the finale. And I hope to see you around. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys later.